Good morning. Welcome to Tea with Tim. I have my flower tea mug today. One of my favorites, actually. I really love this mug. It's nice and big. You get a full cup of tea, get you started for the day. And we're going to do the same thing with your leadership. Here we go. Oh my goodness. It's Tea with Tim. Welcome. So today we're going to do something slightly different. This week we have been talking about this Crucial Conversations model. It is a fantastic book put out by a company called Vital Smarts. Joseph Grenny and his team. There's four authors total to the book. But I've been trying to lay out this week how to have an intense, possibly a high stakes, high emotions, differing opinions conversation. So I hope it's been helpful for you. If you need to, you can go back and check out the videos. But today I'm just going to allow some time where if you as the viewer have any questions live this morning, you can go ahead and ask them about maybe a specific situation or how to deal with that. Or just ways that you might enter into a conversation that's going to be a little bit more helpful than ways that you've done it in the past. So I hope you enjoyed the conversation yesterday with Leslie. If you didn't get a chance to check out that video, I would head over to my Facebook page and check that out. And we are going to do a drawing. Everyone that shared the video this week will be entered into our drawing this morning, and we will pick a name out of the DCS, the Daily Construction Concrete hat, and send you out a resource. Last week I sent out Put Your Dreams to the Test by John Maxwell, and Christy Walker won that. Congratulations again, Christy. So at this time, I'm just going to open it up. I'm going to put something on the screen. I hope this works. It is the PDF from the book, from the website. Actually, if you search Crucial Conversations Model, this will come up and you can download it. But I'll just put this up. Those who are watching, let me know if this works, if you can see this, okay. So this is the Crucial Conversations model. We've talked about some of these over the past week. We talked about working on me first, how to start with heart. We talked about mastering our stories and stating our path. This whole idea is we're trying to add meaning to the pool. So I have meaning in my story. You have meaning in your story. We're trying to find common meaning as we communicate together. Thank you. And we are really looking for that shared meaning, and then we can move to our path of action. So I'm going to keep this up on the screen, and if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the comment bar. I'll do this for probably 5 or 6 minutes or so, and then I will draw our resource winner. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type them in, and I'll do my best to address them. And I'll kind of just keep talking for a few minutes just until some questions come up. Really find that this is helpful in just areas, particularly in service industry, if you have a manager that you don't really like, and then how to be able to talk to them. If there's things going on at work or things going on at home that just seem to be consistent tension points, try looking at the conversation in a new way. Try looking at it from a way of curiosity and not necessarily from a right-wrong angle. And then be able to just be comfortable and ask questions to the person that you're talking to try to clarify your statement. One of the things that I found consistently in conversations is we all define words differently. We have some common general meanings or general understandings, but when we talk or we bring up a subject, people automatically interpret that in their way from their experience. And so we have to be able to say, okay, what did you think I was saying, and allow them to give their input, add their meaning to the pool. And then also we have to be able to say, oh, well, this is what I meant by saying that. Man, I can think of conversations I've had even just recently where that was super important, where saying something I thought was wouldn't raise a lot of eyebrows, it wouldn't necessarily be a crucial conversations. There wasn't going to be any high emotions. And after the words came out of my mouth, realized that whatever I had said had made the conversation no longer safe, and the person went to silence. And because I was thinking about this, because it was in my brain, I mentally went back to, what do I want for me? What do I want for us? What do I want for this relationship? And was able to kind of navigate through that conversation in a way that I felt like ended a whole lot better than it would have been if we just shut it down at that exact moment. So just waiting for anybody that has questions, anybody that's got a question, maybe how to improve this or a certain situation. Could be anything about leadership specifically that you've had a question about, how to influence others, ways to help with your team, to grow your team. It's one of the things that I just love helping people do is grow their team and just to be able to hear people on their team, to be able to help to grow them, to lift them up and continue to raise them in their leadership lid and move them to a place where they are going to be successful. So looks like we don't have a whole lot of questions. I'll keep this model up for just a few more minutes, but in the meantime, if a question comes, feel free to ask it. I'm going to give a couple book recommendations before I do the drawing. So one of the books, I think I've mentioned this book before, is Pat Lencioni's book called Getting Naked. This is one of the things that Pat Lencioni does in his books is he tells what he calls a leadership fable. And so he has a kind of a fictitious story, but it has really great leadership points in it. And then at the end, what he does is kind of sum up his point. So if you have a chance to check out any of Pat Lencioni's books, I would do so. 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, How to Be a Team Player. This one, Getting Naked, is really good. Another one that is helpful for our current topic this week, other than Crucial Conversations, is John Maxwell's Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. This is a really great book. At first glance, you'd think, man, I'm not a presenter. I really don't need to know that. But everybody needs to know how to connect well. It's going to increase your influence with others. It's going to help you relate to them. It's going to find that empathy that Leslie was talking about yesterday, ways that you can do that, some strategic ways that you can do that. Another book that I just finished was Leadership is a Game of Chess. And I can't show the hard copy because I actually had it on my phone. But it's a really quick, it was a quick book, quick read. And it just kind of, again, it's a leadership fable, kind of like Pat Lencioni's books, but it kind of took it from this idea of a lot of businesses are playing checkers. They're just kind of reacting to what's going on, and that's fine if you're a small business, but as the business grows, if you're a leader of a company or leader of a team that grows larger and larger and larger, you have to start thinking ahead in what you're doing. You have to plan out your moves. You have to know what each piece does. So the idea of teamwork, really, really, really great resource. I don't remember the author off the top of my head. It's called Leadership is a Game of Chess. Really, really, really fantastic book. I'm trying to think of what else I finished in the past few weeks book-wise. So those are some books that I've read over the past few weeks and really enjoyed them. I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing. So here we go. So Annabelle, thank you so much for sharing our video this week. You are entered into the drawing. Mr. Nate Bredewig, thank you for sharing the video this week. Appreciate it. You are entered in. Megan Slater, thank you so much for sharing the video. You are entered into the drawing, entered into the Daily Construction hat. Oh, and here's Mr. Brian Daly himself. Brian Daly, thank you so much for sharing the video this week in your kind words. My amazing wife, Jen, also shared the video, so I'll enter her in as well. My guest on yesterday's show, Leslie, also shared the video. Thank you so much, Leslie, for being on the show and sharing it. Leslie's husband, Charles, thank you so much. And Edna Franklin, thank you so much. So I'll enter those into the hat. We'll shake it up a little bit here. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. This is for a free leadership resource. Oh, man, I'm losing some of them. Here we go. Make sure they're all in there. All right. Shaking them up. Here we go. All right, Edna Franklin. Edna Franklin. All right, I will reach out to Edna and get some information from her. Thank you, Edna, for sharing the video. Thank you for everybody that has been watching and sharing the videos. Christy, hope you got your book. It should have arrived yesterday. If not, please let me know. And that's it. We're signing off. We'll be back on Monday. Next week, we're going to talk about how to build your confidence and a few other subjects next week. The whole week won't necessarily be about building your confidence, but a good portion of the week will be about building your confidence. So next week, please tune in for your daily leadership shot in the arm. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.